remember when I was a soldier. I remember when I was in Burma.
Amidst the horrors of a world war, we barely remember their story. The thousands of Africans taken to the jungles of Burma by Britain to fight the Japanese.
The order to move came to the West Africans, who were assigned the important job of clearing the Caladan Valley.
We young men, are not worried. If death comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come.
This man was there.
It's a surprise that I survived it. It's a miracle.
His amazing story took me to Lagos, Nigeria, and from there across 3 continents and 8 decades. And in the jungles of Burma, I found heroism and courage I could never have imagined, and a debt of gratitude still strong after all these years. Isaac and his African colleagues in the British Army were deep in the Burmese jungle. They'd been attacked. Isaac lay in agony beside the Caladan River, his closest friends dead all around him. He still carries the wounds from that day. A bullet smashed his leg. He's had many operations, but has been disabled ever since. Another bullet went through his side.
We're in enemy Japanese occupied territory. If they see us, they're going to kill us. They don't take us prisoner, no. It's the British people, white people, they take the prisoner. They don't take us prisoner, they kill us.
The Japanese soldiers took weapons and clothes from the dead. Then they saw Isaac lying helpless, covered in blood.
They came to me, 2 of them, and, two or three of them. The leader threatened me with a bayonet or a battle. I said, I should get up. Get up. They were talking their language. I can't get up, I can't even sit up.
But they didn't shoot him. They probably decided he was going to die anyway. What idea did you have of them? What impression? Do you fear them? Do you respect them? What did you think of them?
Well, they're very good fighters. Japanese people, they fight to the last man, the last hand of ammunition, the last drop of blood. They are dogged fighters.
Isaac's story must mean little to all those jostling for survival on the streets outside. But if Lagos is a city transformed from the 1940s, so too is Tokyo. Here, the pace of modern life can be overwhelming. But it hasn't swept away an older culture. I came to Japan wanting to find people with vivid memories of some of the worst moments of the 20th century. The very men who Isaac feared and admired. This is where the Japanese military honors its dead, the Yasukuni Shrine in Tokyo. The Japanese army ultimately paid a terrible price for the suffering which it helped unleash in the war, nowhere more so than in the jungles of Burma. In the very months that Isaac Fadeyebo was lying injured in those jungles, the Japanese retreat began. Tens of thousands of its soldiers died, mostly from disease and starvation. They called it the Road of Bones. There are very few Japanese survivors today of the Burma campaign, and only a handful who actually remember encountering African troops. We've managed to track some of them down. Kuni Yoshinaka was in the Caladan Valley just like Isaac at exactly the same time, and the first man he ever shot was an African.
下を見たらアフガン人が日本の陣地を買って上へ変わってみようんですよ、上を。これはもう日本の陣地偵察しようになってるんで、山の上から撃ったんです。もしおるんだったら何かのお見舞いしようかと 思うぐらいです。死んだんだったらまあ1000個でも差し上げたいと思っております。それが分かればですよ。
Of Kuniyoshi's unit of 100 men, 18 made it home to Japan.
もう日本軍はもうね、捕虜になったら絶対あかんって、捕虜になるんだったら自爆せっていう命令ですわ。それでもうあっちでもこっちでも私の目の前でも通りにいたんだなと思ったら自爆する。そういうのがもうジャングルの中でも何も起こって。
亡くなった戦友、友達ですね。亡くなった戦友をいつも負けた戦争なもんですから土の中へ埋めてあげられなかったことです。友達を何にも本当にお弔いっていうかお葬式を出してあげられないで、しかも完全に土の中へ埋められないで帰ってきてしまったということが今でも申し訳ないと思ってます。それがあります。だからそれのためにまあ今でも毎年ビルマへ行ってあちらこちらで戦友の亡くなったところで拝んできております。
After the surrender, some Japanese soldiers were guarded by Africans, like Toshio Yamaoka.
とにかくアフリカ兵は体格がいいよね。そして筋肉がこういうふうにもりもりとした筋肉が。それで石切り場ですからドライバーかなんかでこう石を打ちますね。日本兵は2人いる。2人。2 soldiers。向こうは1 soldier で、ドラドラドラドラ。そんなに強いですよ。
They scared the Japs to begin with, and the Japs saw these hulking great blacks with filed teeth and slashed cheeks. They were pretty scared, as I must say some English white soldiers were, and they were mixed up with them.
After the attack, Isaac was close to death. He couldn't crawl, let alone walk. For days, covered in flies and pus, he lay in his own feces and urine, dressed only in filthy rags. Most injured African soldiers received good medical care from the British, but Isaac was stranded behind enemy lines, lost in a hostile land, given up for dead in the jungle. But there was another injured African, David Kagbo from Sierra Leone. They comforted each other, and they had one vital stroke of luck. They were near a village of Bengalis of Indian origin who supported the British, unlike many Burmese. These people brought food and water, and in the weeks that followed, one man kept on coming back. His name was Shui Man.
The people who saved you, why did they save you, and who were they?
Maybe they were sent by God to come and save our lives. Mostly Indians. They were bringing us food. You can come a day or two, they fall out. Many of them, it was Shui Man who continued. They did so much, particularly Shui Man for us. He took us to the house. Very courageous. Because if Japanese know, they will kill him and kill us. He took us to the house.
What do these people mean to you?
They were very kind to me. They were sent by God to take care of me. Very kind people.
For months, Isaac and David Kagbo hid in Shui Man's house. The Japanese looked for them, but never found them. And in December 1944, the Japanese retreated. The British Army marched into Shui Man's village. Isaac was free, evacuated by plane. He returned home to Nigeria, forever scarred, but amazed to still be alive.
We are turning left.
This is the older part of the village. isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is really lane. Turn left, huh?
And this is where Isaac returned to after the war, his home village in rural Yoruba land. Now he wanted me to see the village. He wanted to show me where he received a hero's welcome all those years ago.
Yeah, a whole crowd. People were following me behind, as if I was holding a goat, you know.
Yeah.
And where he is now a respected elder.
I remember, yeah, la 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 la. I remember your face now. How are you? If people have taken you as dead, you know, and you suddenly appear, the tendency for them to throw sand on you, because by throwing sand on you, if you are a ghost, you disappear. But if it's a reality, we stay. They were throwing sand on me left and right. Everybody greeted me. Nobody thought I would come back. They thought I had gone. The same family, and then we met the captain of
Isaac is building a house in the village. We formed an inspection party to go and see. He wanted to show me one room in particular.
It's good, it's good.
City room,
Okay.
that I'm going to name after Shui Man,
Okay.
my chief host in Burma, Shui Man. This is who I've done so much for.
So you're naming this room after the man who saved your life?
Oh, yes. Whom God sent to save my life. Very nice man. Oh, I wish I could see his people again. Very, very, very nice man. Himself, his wife, his daughter, Gulasha. Oh, they were wonderful.
As we drove back to Lagos, I decided I had to go to Burma, now known as Myanmar, and try and find Shui Man's family. Isaac wanted to come, but his daughters, perhaps wisely, felt he was too frail to make the journey. So he wrote a letter he wanted me to give to Shui Man's family, if I could find them. He'd had no contact for 67 years. When he was in hiding, Isaac went by the Muslim name of Suleiman, so that the villagers would think he shared their faith. So now he has to explain that Isaac and Suleiman are in fact the same person.
My real name is Isaac Fadoyebo. I had to pretend that I'm a Muslim because I needed help. Hence, the adoption of Suleiman. I would like to thank the entire family of Suleiman and all the good people for taking care of me and my comrade in adversity, David Kago, when we were in hiding in Burma jungle.
So we will take this.
You can take it away. I think there must be remnants of Shuimans in the village. It's a farm, a small place. Rural area, completely rural. I don't know.
I flew to Myanmar pretending to be a tourist. Its government does not welcome journalists, so we took a concealed camera. I found an enchanting, isolated country of devout Buddhists and ancient temples. A beautiful land, largely cut off from the outside world. And I found rain like I'd never seen before. It was the monsoon. Fun for the novice monks in the temples, but for Isaac, lying injured in the jungle in this same season, it must have been hell. I had one important mission in the capital, Yangon, the cemetery for the British war dead. More than 26,000 names, many African. Whatever we think of the British Empire, it is meticulous in honouring its dead. I found the two men who died right next to Isaac in the attack, Archibong Bassett-Duke and David Thompson Essien. Proof of the accuracy of Isaac's memory, it gave me hope in the search for Shuiman's village. I travelled inland and prepared to board a boat on the Caladan River. I was heading up the same river that Isaac had come down in 1944. The landscape seemed vast and daunting. I had only rough directions for where to go. I had to assume Shuiman was dead. He was much older than Isaac in the war. But would his village be intact? Would his family be there? Would they know anything of Isaac's story? I arrived in the ancient city of Mrau, capital of a long-lost kingdom, a magical place of crumbling temples. The ruins here at Mrau are very close to where Isaac Fadiyebo was ambushed. But of course, he never got this far. Although later in the war, there was fierce fighting around here, much of it involving African troops. They would have felt a long way from home in this strange and beautiful place. I wandered the temples and worried that my mission was hopeless. I didn't know that my search was about to bear fruit. Now, we've just had very good news here back in our hotel room. We sent a guide to the village where we think Shuiman's family should still be living. We can't go there ourselves because we've been refused permission. It's near a military base and it would attract too much attention. It wouldn't be safe. Now, the guide has come back and he says that he's found Shuiman's family and they know all about the story of Isaac Fadiyebo. So we set out early the next day for an agreed rendezvous. I now know that Shuiman and his daughter Gulasha are dead, but we're hoping to meet other children and grandchildren. We're very close now to the place where we've arranged to meet Shuiman's family. It seems incredible that this meeting actually could take place, and I'm very nervous and excited. The last miles were just about negotiable. I arrived at a jungle temple, a discreet place, and there I waited anxiously. But when they appeared, we were almost lost for words. This is the daughter of Shuiman. Yes, the sister. Hello. How are you? Hey. I'm very happy to see you. Very happy. I never thought... The children and grandchildren of Shuiman. Poor farmers in a remote part of a faraway country, born after the war, but they've known the legend of the African soldiers all their lives. A long time ago, your father and your mother did something very, very brave. They in a time of great danger, they risked their lives because if they had been caught, the Japanese would have killed them because it was war. One of the men who you remember, a man from Nigeria, he is alive and he is still strong, thanks to your family. Suleiman, his real name in Nigeria is Isaac Fadiyebo. And this man, Isaac, or Suleiman, he wants you to know that he thinks of your mother and your father every day, and he gives thanks to God. So, of course, your mother and father and your sister Gulasha are no longer with us. And although we are from different countries and different regions, maybe we should just stop for one moment and honor their memory and respect their memory in silence. They never imagined the good deeds of their parents are still celebrated on the other side of the world. And I never imagined I would hear Isaac's story one more time, only this time spoken in Bengali, deep in the jungle. Shuiman's grandson recalls details handed down from generation to generation. When you heard the news yesterday that this man in Africa is still alive, what did you think? These photos are for you, of course. So this is him. Suleiman. Ha. Suleiman. Oh. Here is also Suleiman. And this Suleiman. Same man. These good people, whose family gave Isaac everything, above all the chance to rebuild his life in Africa after the war. Now I will read you the letter that he says. From Isaac Fadayebo, also known as Suleiman. He has two names, same man. He's writing, to the family of Shuiman, I would like to thank the entire family of Shuiman and all the good people for taking care of me when we were hiding in the Burma jungle. I still remember some names from the village.
I still remember a few names like Mohammed, Ali, Ismail, Abdul Subahan, the village headmaster, the village teacher, Lalu, to mention a few of those who were coming to see us in the bush. May God bless you all. Yours sincerely, Isaac Fadayebo.
May God bless you all. God's blessings to you all. Yours sincerely, Isaac Fadayebo, Suleiman. I called Isaac in Lagos and told him that I'd found Shuiman's family. He was overwhelmed. But I'm the one who feels enriched by our friendship and by uncovering the story of one of the last Burma boys. A man saved by strangers and now all but forgotten by those he fought for. A hero who once thought he'd never even make it home.
It's a surprise that I survived it. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. As far as I'm concerned, I see it as the greatest miracle since the resurrection of Jesus Christ, as far as I'm concerned. It's a miracle, a very big miracle. I never thought I could survive it. I thought I was going to die. I thought I would survive.